The eighth strategy used by the media is that whenever a Muslim does anything good, they hide the identity. We have the example of the nuclear weaponry. Abul Kalam, they will not say Muslim Indian, they will only say Indian. And we have the example of Aristotle of the East, Avicenna. It is not Avicenna, it is Ali ibn Sina. And we have the example of the father of chemistry. In our school he studied, he is Geber. It's not Geber, it is Jabir bin Hayyan, the one who distilled alcohol. And the word alcohol is derived from the Arabic word al-ghul, which means evil spirits. So this is the strategy of the Western media. Whenever a Muslim does anything good, they will hide his identity. They will either call him an Indian or a scientist, or they will either give him a Western name. But when a Muslim does anything bad, does anything wrong, the media will pick up these black sheep and will make them famous. And the media will say that Muslim so and so has done it. And we have the example of the Newsweek magazine. It states that 60,000 books were written against Islam in the span of 150 years, from 1800 to 1950. That means every day, one book is written against Islam. And after 9/11, this has reached epidemic levels. Every day, several books have been written against Islam. And we Muslims, we are very backward as far as media is concerned. Wallah, we are very backward as far as media is concerned. The Christian missionaries, they use all their tactics, good and bad, put together to spread the message of Christianity. I would like to give you an example. Can you read what is written on this? Can you read what is written on this? Everybody, if you ask them, they will read this as Allah Muhammad. And even if you ask the Arabs, the calligraphy is so similar that they will read it as Allah Muhammad. But if you look closely over here, there is a ba. It is not Allah Muhammad. It is rather Allah Muhabba. God is love. This is a verse from the Bible, from the first epistle of John, chapter number 4, verse number 16, which says that God is love, and whosoever dwelleth in love, dwelleth in God, and God dwelleth in him. So these Christian missionaries, they are using deceit. It's like a snake in the house. They are using all their tactics to spread the message of Christianity. And we Muslims, whenever we find anything written in Arabic, what do? We pick it up, kiss it, put it into our pocket. Anything near the door fallen down on the ground written in Arabic, we pick it up, kiss it, put it into our pocket. These Christian missionaries, they are using deceit to fool us Muslims. And coming back to the media, the country which has the maximum number of English-speaking people, it is USA. 350 million people in USA, they speak English. Number 2, which country is it? Is it UK? It's not UK, it's our country India. 125 to 200 million people in India, they speak English. It is the second language in our country. And number 3 is UK, 60 million people in UK, they speak English. You know why I'm telling you this? Because there are 2 magazines in USA. There are 2 organizations by the name of ISNA and ICNA. Islamic Society of North America and Islamic Circle of North America. And these 2 organizations, the ISNA, it produces a magazine by the name of The Horizons. And ICNA, it produces another magazine by the name of The Message. So both these magazines put together, how many copies do they print? Few years back, it was 50,000 per month. Now it may have increased. It may have become 60, 70, 80,000. That's it. And we have the example of the Islamic Voice magazine, the Indian magazine, which is monthly published. How many copies do they print? Maximum 10 to 15,000 per month. When the Christian missionaries, they print in large numbers. And recently when I was in Nigeria, when I was coming back from the airport to the hotel, I saw so many posters. So-and-so chapel, so-and-so church, singing going on there in the morning. I thought this is a Christian country, not even a single Islamic poster. These Christian missionaries, when they do dawah, when they spread Christianity, they do it in a big amount. And I would like to give you an example. Here I have a copy of a magazine by the name of Watchtower. How many copies do they print? Can you guess how many copies do they print? Can you guess? How much? 1 lakh, brother saying 1 lakh. Can you guess? You know how many copies they print? Fortnightly, they print 37.1 million copies. That means monthly, they print 74.2 million copies. Watchtower magazine. And in how many languages? 5, 10, 20, 30, in no less than 169 languages. And the same organization, the Jehovah's Witnesses, it prints another magazine by the name Awake. And how many copies do they print? They print no less than 35.7 million copies per month. And in no less than 81 languages. So both these magazines put together, the Awake and the Watchtower, 35.7 million plus 74.2 million, it equals to 110 million copies. And this was 4.5 years back. What is the present in 2013? You know, the Watchtower magazine, they print 45 million copies fortnightly. That means 90 million copies per month. And the Awake magazine, they print 43.7 million copies per month. So the Awake and the Watchtower magazine put together, 43.7 million plus 90 million, it equals to 133 million copies. And this Watchtower magazine, it is printed in no less than 210 languages. And the Awake magazine, it is printed in no less than 99 languages. So these Christian missionaries, they are printing in large numbers. We Muslims, leave aside print. We can't even think of printing in such large quantities.